What is up, you smexy individuals? My name is Birdman778 and welcome to another Borderlands 3 video. Today, I'm featuring my newest build for Zane, and this is Siberian Blizzard Boyo. Now, before we get into the video, I'll let you know I am streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/birdman778. I start every single day starting at noon Eastern, so stop on by for some build videos, for arms race, stuff like that. I'm also covering content for Godfall and soon Cyberpunk 2077, so make sure you're stopping by for all that stuff. I'm also on Twitter, twitter.com/birdman778. That's where you're going to find out everything from my schedule, bad memes, stuff like that, so make sure you're going over there and dropping a follow. And then also here on YouTube, youtube.com/birdman778. Hit that thumbs up, hit the sub, and let's get going. Now, for this build, it's obviously going to be really centered around cryo and radiation. The reason why we call it Siberian Blizzard is because, well, Siberia, it's in Russia. It's actually tends to be, I don't know, at least me personally, when I think of Siberia, I think of like dead cold, but then also the Cold War, stuff like that, so nuclear arms and all that stuff, so radiation. I just kind of want to combine all these different elements together in a build for Zane, especially using his newest skill tree, the Professional. Now, before we get into the skill tree, I want to show off all the weapons I'm doing in this build. First off, we're using a Smog with Urad. For those who don't know, Urad is the short name for the while under 50% health, deal 150% bonus radiation damage. This is so great for any type of build. It's actually something I try to go a lot into whenever I'm playing arms race. So if you see a Urad weapon in arms race, I can almost promise you it's going to be almost as good as a white Meteor. So definitely pick one of those up. But the Smog that we have has cryo damage on it. We're using a redistributor with cryo damage and Urad, a Chaos with cryo and Urad, and then a Boogeyman with cryo and Urad. Now, the Boogeyman's going to be one of those newest weapons from arms race. You're going to be able to find it in one of the back chests or just as dropped loot. But this sniper rifle is absolutely amazing. First off, it has a really big mag, but also it will spawn skulls that go around and do damage. But honestly, I don't even really notice the skull damage all that much because this weapon as is does immense amount of damage. I really like using the Chaos on this build as well. The high crit damage it can do with just like outright damage all around is so nice, especially when you pair it with some of the Zane skills and a skill tree like Violent Violence and Domino Effect. It does really well. And then the Redistributor is honestly with this build is almost like the brother to the Smog. It absolutely just decimates enemies, but it's really good for mobbing situations. Loadout wise, we're using a front loader with ASE Cryo on it. Reason why we're using the front loader is to help proc the Urad on our build. It brings our health down to a certain percentage so that we're able to get that effect from the Urad while also increasing our shield. So it's very helpful all around. We're using a Spy Com. The Spy's special abilities, whenever Zane uses the last charge of his Mantis Cannon, he activates all of his kill skills, and Zane's kill skills can gain 10% effectiveness in 8-second duration. This is so great because it's going to help keep up not only our action skill, our other barrier, but also it's going to activate all those kill skills that are just going to help us do more damage. Now, we'll cover more of that once we get into the skill tree. We have a recurring X on this. This is like, you're not really going to be noticing the Hex at all because it doesn't really get activated. But the main thing here is the Icebreaker Victory Rush. You're going to do more damage against cryo damage, which is going to be pretty much everybody. But also this one has SMG damage, cryo damage, and mag size, which is very nice for just all-around gameplay. Now, let's head over to the skill tree and see what's going on there. In our skill tree, we're obviously going to be really heavy into blue and purple. No points in red for this time. Normally I would probably go into like Premiutus just for extra mag size, but I decided to put more of those points into the green tree, into Adrenaline. Zane gains increased action skill cooldown rate for the bonus that's based on the amount of shield he has. Our shield's going to stay for most of the time because we're going to have the barrier around us, so it's going to always make sure that our Mantis Cannon is staying up and fresh and has plenty of shots. We also got ready for action for that shield recharge delay, and 1 point into Brain Freeze so that we're able to get that extra slow effect on enemies. But again, most of the time you're going to end up freezing them. In the purple tree, we're pretty much stacked out to what I would say is the almost no matter what you should have on Zane anymore. Mana Focus, Headsman Ham, which you can get that great crit damage bonus. We actually have 5 points into commitment, but we get the extra 4 points from our Spy Com. So it brings our gun damage up to 54% and the 54% cooldown rate for each stack that we have, which is just absolutely insane with this build. I usually hover around 35 to 40 commitment stacks throughout the most fights. So you're going to be getting a lot of damage out of this. Fugitive, so we get that sprint and shoot. Domino Effect, so it can help complement with Violent Violence, so we get a higher fire rate while also getting some extra reload speed. We have 1 point into Sheer Will just to mainly get down the tree and also just make sure our action skills are staying up. And also whenever we score a critical hit, we're going to get that effect, which is all the time. So you're just constantly, again, having your Mantis Cannon ready to charge up. If for some reason your barrier were to go down, you are going to be getting that barrier back almost instantly. So it's super nice. Eraser to get that almost spore-like effect and that extra piercing shot damage. And then we have 1 point plus another point into our man Flint. So we're not only getting 50% extra bonus damage while we aim down our sights, but we're also activating that status effect onto enemies immediately. So all of our enemies are going to be instantly cryoed, and then once that happens, our Icebreaker is going to come in and just do even more damage. And then finally in the blue tree, pretty much just stack down what we kind of need to right now. Violent Speed, Violent Momentum, helping complement one another. 1 point into Salvation just to make sure our health, if for some reason our barrier and shield were to go down, we're gonna have a little bit of health. 3 points into Cold Board, mainly just to get down the tree. C in red to activate all those kill skills whenever we activate our action skill, which is going to be all the time with Mantis Cannon. Every single time you activate Mantis Cannon, that's action skill start to end. And you have constant charges of that, so you're always keeping your kill skills up. Violent Violence maxed out, 4 points in Playing Dirty, mainly just get down the tree. 60% chance for every shot, for every time you kill somebody, the next 5 shots have a chance of using that projectile. This is great for anybody. 1 point in Good Misfortune just to increase our duration, and this is going to be constant because of our use of Mantis Cannon, and it's going to make sure our shield stays up, and then that 1 point in Death Fall is close. Now, with this build, I am actually not in Mayhem 10, I'm in Mayhem 11, so we're not having any modifiers for this, but if I were to say you would do this in Mayhem 10, I would say definitely go Speed Demon, Healy Avenger, Drone Ranger, and Buddy System. That's going to be the easiest all around, just to make sure that you're not taking too much damage from anything. Again, I'm really hoping that we eventually get to the chance that we're able to control our Mayhem modifiers, because that would just be great all around. Well, there you have it. This is our Siberian Blizzard Boyo. I'm actually loving getting to try out some new builds here for Zane, and I'm going to be doing it for a lot of the other ball hunters. On my Twitch channel, I've been mainly focused on arms race, because it's actually just such a fun time just to sit down with the homies in chat and just kind of talk and just give them some loot and stuff. It's really cool to see chat's reaction whenever we get a god roll or something, whether it's consecutive hits, plasma coil, or Urad Boogeyman. It's just a really good time. But make sure you're going over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/birdman778. Make sure you're stopping by my YouTube here as well, dropping that thumbs up and the sub. Be really appreciated. But guys, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night, day, whatever it may be. Stay smexy.